Welcome back, everyone, to the Spearhead cast with me, Matt. We have a 1v1 for you all on Langres Gaia. So this should technically be Langres because it's a recreation of the Langres map from Company of Heroes 1. Anyway, let's go through the players. We have Kiam as U.S. Ranger Company straight out the gate for the United States of America. Okay. And we have Ulgoe as Panzer Division for the Wehrmacht. This should be an interesting one then. On a 1v1 map like this, Ranger versus Panzer. I wonder how this will turn out in that case. That's with the re-echelon opening fire on the Pioneers. Looks like the fighting is gonna be for the northern point here. This northern fuel. I do rotate the maps to be more fitting for the scenario, so that's why it's pointed so the Americans and British come in from the west, as an example, if you're always wondering. Volkskrieger is coming up still with their visual Sturmgewehrs. Realism is still handing on. American Riflemen will show up now to threaten these Pioneers. Now the Americans are close enough to start opening fire. And that will do a lot of damage to the Pioneers here. And that's a Pioneer down. Volkskrieger is still holding up here. Just lots of Volkskrieger coming onto the field. Americans are securing the most important territories, though. But the re-echelons have to get out of that. Americans are taking in some sandbag fighting positions, though. But the question is, are they gonna go for Rangers when they can? Rangers require 2 command points. Ooh, that's a risky one. And those riflemen, I don't think are gonna get that up in time. Yep. All the Sturmgewehrs opening fire. Germans are trying to deny the fuel here, but the Americans are getting the advantage of resources. They're still getting munitions, which means they could lead to more upgrades, which could come out pretty handy. Is this just pure Volksgrenadier? Oh my god, it's just poor Volksgrenadiers coming in. Okay. Lots of Volksgrenadier troops. Americans digging up more sandbags. There we go, Americans got their new sandbag positions. Now the Germans will connect the fuel at this point, which will allow them to get some more resources to work with. But the Germans don't have any Pioneers, and they kind of need their Pioneers to build their tech-up buildings, so this should be interesting. Meanwhile, the S-ones will start securing the southern flank for the Americans. So we have rifle raids coming off the American riflemen. But this squad is taking a lot of losses from all the constant fire. MG-34 coming up behind us. Probably to help lock down some territory. More riflemen coming up here. Firing a rifle grenade. That's a dead Volksgrenadier, I think. Oh yeah. They come completely mowed down. American riflemen will be pretty good on the assault here. They do have a lot of good firepower on them. Because remember, these Sturmgewehrs are only entirely visual. They actually are still technically Kar-98s in the game, in how they operate. Which is a little bit awkward, I think, and a lot of people are wanting to change, and I do think it will be changed in the next Spearhead patch, so people who did not like that change, they shouldn't have to worry for too long. Jeep coming out, looks like this one is armed with a vertical, so just a mobile suppression platform. And the echelons are securing the southern flank steadily. MG-34 has been set up here. No anti-tank equipment has been provided for the Volksgrenadiers, but it's only a Jeep.
We have been granted access to superior arms and
But Americans can soon start getting Rangers at this point. They have the command points for it.
now dispatch WC-51 trucks.
Definitely quite a firefight going on here. Americans actually doing pretty well. They have fire superiority activated, which actually allows us to suppress the enemies out in the open, and they fire more rapidly, I think. The echelons are being engaged here by the Volksgrenadiers on the southern flank, though. Medics be prepared for the Americans, likely for back at the base. Jeep is waiting. It's been marked, evidently. I don't think these Volks Grenadiers can last that long. The American riflemen are being surprisingly good here with their A1 Garands. Germans have secured the southern fuel though.
Infantry rested and ready to advance rapidly.
Oh, Panzerfaust! So they actually got a Panzerfaust ready to stop the... Interesting, but they might die for it, yeah. Still a Jeep denied, is still something. An MG-34 down. Oh yeah, the Germans have lost a lot of units here in pretty quick succession.
Grenadiers.
They have got the Pioneer now, and they have taken up for the Waffenkammer. They're skipping tier 1 evidently. So I guess it's going to rely more on Volks Grenadiers as his infantry rather than any specialized infantry. He's going to probably get for light vehicles shortly, likely the 221. Seems to be a very popular choice.
The enemy is attempting
Rangers arriving with a half-track. Being armed with cheaper Thompsons, the 30-round version. Generally a pretty good upgrade. Using the half-track here for some cover and actually jumping inside it. Pack being prepared. So look like it's going to be a Pack 36.
Enemy forces are securing our territory. Go ahead! 5 squads get cut down right where they lay when a panic. We're all done.
That's going to be quite an assault force then. Because those Thompsons can really scale up pretty well. No Panzerfaust on this Volks Grenadier. Half-track is coming up close though. Yeah, they have to get out of there.
Specially outfitted Panzer IV
Oh, Volkswagen almost got killed entirely there.
Panzer IV command tanks can now be deployed.
Panzerbüchse armed on the Pioneers. That will help to deal with half-tracked and American light vehicles. It looks like the Rangers are just going to secure the points here. Command Panzer II coming out. Unique commander available to Panzer Division. Surprisingly powerful little commander unit, mostly because it arrives in a Panzer II. So it can be very potent against light vehicles and infantry. I'm not sure the 50 cal is enough to actually stop the Panzer II in the front. Oh yeah, and a few good shots there from the autocannon, and that's the half-track down. Those Rangers have to get out of there. Most of the riflemen are being armed with Springfield sniper rifles. Pretty common choice if you're playing as the US Ranger. It's a unique weapon you get to the rifleman if you're playing as Ranger, so you actually give them a marksman rifle, which can really make you win a lot of long-range engagements. And here comes the Panzer II Lux. And the tank rifle there going off, did not penetrate. And here comes the Volks Grenadier storming up to the front. Springfield sniper rifle still taking some shots.
We got a new unit ready and on the field.
Stuka being called in on the munitions.
Krauts have cut our supply line. Frontline units are being hung out to dry.
Only disabled the point. Until we're called in on the building though. More US Rangers have arrived on the field. But the Americans are lacking anything to actually deal with this Panzer II.
They got wiped out.
They need some kind of AT weapon.
We have a lieutenant.
Because the American anti-tank rifle grenades are not gonna do enough, I think.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Well, we actually are flanking this AT gun, but I think the crew might be enough, unless that pineapple does a good job.
Our supply line's cut. Germans are.
Oh yeah, they actually got it. What are the Rangers going to do against this Panzer IIL? I guess just wait, because they are getting a 57mm. Which should be able to cut through it. Pioneers have re-equipped the MG-34 here. Riflemen are just using a, what's it called, a holding position at the moment. Trying to just keep the Panther 2 at bay, distracted, while the Rangers move to flank.
AT gun ready.
Those Grenadiers on the southern flank here. Rangers gonna need to be very quick.
Just got a report.
Ranger 34 killed again.
Unit being wiped out.
Panzer F1 being prepared. Fire Superior already has been equipped, or well, picked on the Rangers, but a little bit too late, I think. They took too many losses to the books.
Point is under attack.
Riflemen are taking some pretty heavy losses at this point. I think the US could keep up this pressure.
Yeah. On your feet, ladies.
But a 57mm has been prepared.
Capture point.
That's 12. Might get out of range here. Oh, good shot there. Wounded the driver.
Panzer IV is ready for battle.
Pulling Stuka on the fuel. And I think it has to move because of the mortar barrage. The Panther 2 command tank is still operational.
Ready
For now. Panzer F1 is arriving though.
Specially outfitted Panzer
Meanwhile, the Volksgrenadiers
Grenadiers
are sweeping up the southern flank and securing it for the Wehrmacht. Being quite aggressive, but now they're gonna run into all these American riflemen. Trying to throw some grenades though.
We have lost a squad.
Bazooka is being equipped on one of these Rangers though. But the German infantry is basically non-existent at this point. Rangers just need to stay behind cover. There we go, that's the bazooka. And there we go. That's the Panzer F1 down. But the Panzer 2L is still in a very good overwatch position here. If the Americans can re-equip that 57, they might be able to deal with the Panzer 2L. More Volksgrenadiers coming in to replace the losses. I think this is the point where you might want to down-tech to the Infanteriebaracken and get some more specialized troops like Panzer Grenadiers. Just in my own opinion. Like, Volksgrenadiers are decent and all, they are basic infantry, but I don't think they'll scale too well into the late game. At least in this kind of situation, especially in the 1v1. I think some Panzer Grenadiers to support to fight the Rangers would probably be a good idea. US Lieutenant arriving. Powerful combat infantry that also serves as an officer. Most American commanders can also serve as infantry units. How the way designed, especially the Lieutenant. Bazooka's not in range. 57 has been equipped though. Didn't penetrate, and artillery has been called in. Rangers are not moving. Oh, losing one Ranger squad entirely.
Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped out.
Americans tried to flank, but the Panzer 2L is still holding them back.
Squad is no longer a threat.
As you can see, the Panzer 2L is becoming really potent.
Good to go here.
Meanwhile, riflemen are secured the southern flank here. Americans have teched up though.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
So they could surely get an A2 Sherman. Why does it say A3? He's trying to destroy the AT gun with the autocannon. Not doing too much damage to it actually. Bazooka on the Lieutenant. Oh, good shot with Bazooka destroying the Panzer 2L. Very good job, Lieutenant. Even calling in some artillery on the MG-34. And a good artillery at that, destroying the MG-34 entirely. Another Panzer 2L called in, because he becomes very reliant on it. He does need it at this point. Looks like most Grenadiers have been equipped with a Panzerschreck. Probably in anticipation of American armor. But it looks like the Americans are going to go for armor. Americans are instead going for a 3-inch gun, probably preparing for some heavier tanks. Because he does know he's fighting a German Panzer Division, which you will recognize immediately if you see this thing, because only Panzer Division gets it. so far I think the Americans are doing okay dealing with the tanks, in all honesty. Americans have actually done a very good job here. Oh, Germans actually set up a flag here in the center. Germans are ticking up. Oh, and he did get the Baracken now. And he's going for the Großdeutschland Panzergrenadier Division. Very unique Panzergrenadier Division. Serves as scout and elite infantry, basically. You don't have one of them at the field at a time. They were also very unique historically, because they were the only German Panzergrenadier Division which actually recruited from across the whole of Germany, which is also where its name comes from. Because commonly German divisions would only be recruited from a certain part of Germany to increase unit cohesion and such. But the Großdeutschland was a little bit different in that aspect. Because they are being armed with the Gewehr 43 Sturmgewehr, which is essentially just a Gewehr 43 which can use the Sturmgewehr magazine. It's still semi-auto, but it means they have 30 rounds rather than 10. Which can be a big deal. And they are very good infantry, don't get me wrong. The Großdeutschland are amazing. That's why you can only have one of them at the field at a time. They also heal themselves if you're good with first aid training. Overall, it's a very good unit that can be specialized for all kinds of things. He might want to go for Panzerwerk when he can get them to Veterans 2, hopefully. That way they can also deal with vehicles a lot more reliably. Or you can give them an MT-42, or even a scoped Gewehr 43. That will give them 3 Gewehr 43s.
You need something?
Panzer 2 is still on Overwatch in the center. Americans have set up the 3-inch here and some bushes. Looks like the battlefield is slowly stabilizing now. You have some more Panzergrenadiers, the 15th, coming in for the Waffen-SS Panzer. Your more basic Panzergrenadiers you get if you're playing as Panzer Division. Oh, and the Panzer 2L is gone from a direct shot from the 3-inch.
The enemy is attempting to steal
Break coming up, but it's a little bit too much at the front. Oh, very good job there with the Brandflasche before dying, though. Now it's only up to this flag. I believe the 3-inch is actually the exact same gun you find on the M10 Wolverine. I'm pretty sure that's the gun they have mounted on the Wolverine. Bunker being set by the Großdeutschland, probably to have an MG position here, so just to cover the fuel. Mill the 15th have revealed themselves. Pretty competent infantry. They can take the fight to the Rangers if they're in a good position. Especially with the flag support. Meanwhile, the Großdeutschland is slowly pushing up the southern flank here. Working bit by bit to secure territory on the flanks for Germany. 15 pushing up behind the wreck here of the Panzer 2L.
Panzer 4 command tanks can now be deployed.
Oh, high explosion with the 3-inch though, killing them all.
He is dying.
Shockwave shutting their brains off. That's actually a term, I forgot what it's called, but it's essentially a thing where high explosive shockwave will essentially just flip an off switch essentially on your brain. Cause you to just die. I forgot what it's called, it's called something with trauma, I think? Sudden trauma? Regardless, it's like one of the most dangerous things about explosives is actually not the explosive itself or the shrapnel. It can actually be the shockwave which just makes your brain go off. That's a fun little note for all of you. Because the human brain is quite vulnerable if an explosion comes your way like that. Not a Panzer 2L on the field. We have a lot of Panzer 2Ls arriving. And there goes another one thanks to Bazooka. Probably should keep the commanders a little bit more in the back. That's what he is here though. But the Thompsons are getting too close. That said, the Panzergrenadiers are getting some very good shots here and the Rangers are running. The Panzergrenadiers are still doing a decent job, as you would expect of them. Probably if he could afford it. But that might be a little bit risky. He should arm them with Sturmgewehrs, but he has a high chance of losing them after all. Considering the conditions. Like, he almost lost that one there, right there. Großdeutschland up here, but they're not in a good position because that rifleman on the flank. They're being armed with an MT-42, they should probably get out of there though. You don't want to lose your Großdeutschland like that. Ooh, down to one guy. But looks like he might get out of there. Meanwhile, we have the flag coming the rear here. Pioneers running straight up to the fight. That's a bad idea. Oh, yeah, that's not good. Panzer IV-H being prepared by the Wehrmacht, though. So that's a pretty decent tank. Problem is, the Americans do have heat bazookas. Not just normal bazooka, it has the improved heat rockets. Yep, and the MG42 bunker's not gonna get operational in time, I think. 50 cal should start sweating that bunker. If he gets closer, that is.
We have a new Panzer IV.
He probably has time to drive up on it.
Boy, you ready to roll out?
Yeah, he's not gonna do it though, I think. Looks like the MG42 might get up.
Is taking our territory.
Yep, there it goes.
Bunker has been approved with an MG42.
He's gonna start opening fire.
The enemy has driven. We have a forward structure under attack.
Oh, artillery called in the flag position. No surprise. Flag has been decrewed. Half track down. Panzer IV-H has to keep moving to avoid being hit by that bazooka on the lieutenant. Panzer Grenadiers are moving out in force. MT-42 armed on the Panzer IV.
New anti-tank gun has arrived.
And a Pack 4 here arriving as well. Probably in anticipation of American tanks, but so far there's been no American armor present. Now these Panzer Grenadiers are on the open, but they should do okay thanks to the MT-42. But they are being suppressed now, thanks to the fire superiority of the Americans. But now there is the Panzer IV showing itself. And these Panzer Grenadiers are getting the mechanized assault bonus for being near the tank, making them fire better. Here comes the bazooka. Explosive going in. Ooh, didn't actually kill that many. But the Panzer Grenadiers are providing good fire support here for the tank. Maybe armed with the LMG-34, not a bad choice. Generally improves the firepower of the Panzer Grenadiers quite well. Oh, but they're moving away from the tank now. More Rangers arriving for the USFA. Oh, very good rifle grenade right there, almost killing the Panzer Grenadiers. Actually barely got out of there. Panzer IV-H is still holding on. But if one good 3-inch shot penetrates, it's in trouble. Großdeutschland pushing up. That's a very brave Panzer II. Yeah, that would almost call that a waste of an officer. Oh! He got out of there.
Allied AT gun has been destroyed.
Großdeutschland pushing up. And good shot there from the Panzer IV. Panzer IV-H destroying the 57. We have quite a bit of a firefight in the fields here. Here comes the lieutenant again with his bazooka. He has no cover though. Good shot, he actually got the engine. Or well, the exhaust actually. He damaged the exhaust on the tank. Panzer Grenadiers gonna hold that position for much longer. And those Rangers, they're doing a very good job. Here comes the other Ranger squad though. US Jumbo coming up. That's going to be something the Germans going to have a hard time dealing with. The Jumbo basically being German, the Americans up armored essentially. With an obscene amount of armor. I actually think it has higher frontal armor than the Tiger does. They actually have more than the King Tiger, I'm not sure. I think, I know it has more than the Panther frontally, which is quite an insane amount of number for an American tank. At least what I remember. Captain also arriving for the US of A. Another pretty good combat unit. If you're playing as Ranger and Rifle, your officers are actually really good combat units for the United States. They can really support you well in the battlefield. It looks like he's getting 106mm, 106.7mm fire for effect mortar barrages. That's a really potent upgrade. Going to go about 2 minutes before he can use them though. Panzer Grenadiers are securing the southern flank here.
What the hell am I meant to do with these recruits? Green as green can be. Ready for orders.
The Panzer's gonna need repairs. Pioneers have been focused on the Panzer II though. But the Panzer IV is gonna need all the help it can get.
Infantry contact.
Artillery called in again from the Panzer II.
Awaiting orders.
He's scavenging the wrecks, very smart. He needs to get as much fuel as he can. Only 12 fuel, that's actually not a good, that's actually a pretty good number. I don't think the Germans are prepared for a jumbo. That thing is gonna be quite a surprise. Yeah, 1,650 frontal armor rating, that's pretty intense. Stuka called in the munitions again. Denying the Americans more munitions, but the Americans have a lot of it stored up. So I don't think it's gonna matter that much. Lieutenant leading the way.
Enemy contact. Where are they coming from?
Flag is still operational though. And here comes the jumbo.
Tank ready.
Oh, a pack is moving up like that. That's not a good move.
Panzer IV
Oh,
is
but it looks like... Oh, he doesn't have enough munitions for Panzerfaust. Yeah, the Germans have to pull back from that. Another Panzer IV is arriving. Needs repairs on the other Panzer IV.
You need something?
Ranger recon team being prepared. Another 5-man squad that's pretty damn good alongside the other Rangers. Better for long-range combat, I believe, compared to the northern Rangers who are more medium and close range.
Armor here. Taking fire!
Ranger recon can also be armed with the vertical, so they can actually lay down suppressive fire. Or well, supporting suppressive fire. Bunker's in trouble.
New unit ready.
It might actually be able to hold them off for a while, but now the jumbo's coming down. Yeah, 1 Panzer II is being an annoyance. 3-inch got a good shot on it. Panzer Grenadiers are moving southwards for now. Panzer IVs are still being repaired. Yeah, and they're gonna get suppressed by the jumbo here. And the Rangers also coming to flank, but oh my god, they got cut down so quickly right there briefly. They accurate shots from the Panzer Grenadiers, but the Panzer Grenadiers do have to pull back. And the bunker's about to go down. There it goes.
Structure under attack.
Looks like we have an artillery observation Stück coming onto the field. A Beobachtungspanzer, which is essentially just a tank that or vehicle that serves as an artillery observation platform. So it's like a stock with a lot of extra radios and the other equipment inside it to monitor and support the artillery. Here comes the Panzer Force. Oh, good shot there! Penetration on the jumbo. Jumbo took out the Stück though, not the Stück, the pack. Panzer Force need to move into action, but it's gonna be very hard if the jumbo can get in a good position. Ranger's gonna go down here, I think. Oh, that's costly, losing 2 Ranger squads like that.
An infantry unit. They got wiped out.
Stück and the Panzer Force could go for this jumbo here. They need to move very quickly though. Jumbo should not be underestimated. It has been marked. Oh, and there goes its gun! Needs to get out of there. And there it goes! Now that's a big loss for the Americans.
Come on, boys, listen up.
Oh, Lieutenant missed. The Germans are lacking infantry though to actually capture territory. I think some more Panzer Grenadiers could actually help a lot here. Just to help him take some territory. And indeed he is getting some more Panzer Grenadiers. Free sitting up behind a fence there. While the captain will try and hold on the front line. That's probably going to be a very hard call for him. But he is calling in the fire for effect. 106.7. That's a pretty potent one. If the Germans don't move, that's going to hurt. Stuka being called in though. Yep, and the Großdeutschland goes down to the mortar. That's what happens when you don't move out of fire for effect. And there goes the Panzer Grenadiers too. Ooh. I do think that's why fire for effect one has to be changed, because it also doesn't make a lot of sense that you can coordinate artillery like that, not honestly. I think fire for effect should be something more like... what's it called? The enemy doesn't get a lot of time to actually see it's happening, I think. But it should not be any different from an old barrage. Oh, immobilized Panzer IV, but one of the free inches is down. Oh, good bazooka shot right there. Other free inch down though. He needs to get the lieutenant healed up because he's the one with the bazooka. Aircraft is still holding up here. That'll definitely stop these Panzer Grenadiers. Although Grenadier Assault is trying to go out though. I didn't do too much. That's Wage moving up. Americans have lost a lot of territory all of a sudden, but the Germans are just lacking in infantry. And the tank team coming up as well. Specialized in taking out tanks. Was generally considered a suicide mission for many Americans. I wonder why. You don't want to be the one going out after the tanks. That's a pretty hard choice. A pretty hard job. Lieutenant going out here again. Oh, Lieutenant missed. Wayne's on the southern flank here. Jumps through a lot of armored vehicles here present. Command Panzer IV as well. They have an artillery monitoring stock and also a command Panzer IV, so you also put down a lot of things. Even setting up a flag outside the base. That's quite a cheeky maneuver. Bazooka's not being very accurate today. At least not right now. And those 5 men are also under, but the lieutenant is under a lot of pressure. He actually goes down. More 106.7 going in though. So that flag is going to be cancelled. Panzer March is beginning though. Don't think the Americans can make a comeback from this. I'm not sure. Another jumbo being prepared. Oh my god, we have quite an engagement. But yeah, the Americans have taken a lot of losses today. While Großdeutschland being prepared by the Germans. Germans are threatening the American base at this point. Even calling artillery on the base.
One of our fighting positions is sustained.
Looks like it's a Stuka! Okay. 50 kilogram Stuka hitting the base. Not doing too much damage actually. But the jumbo's almost here. American base is taking very heavy losses though. If that jumbo comes out, it might just do enough. Luke's going in for the kill.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
There we go, Jumbo is on the field.
Crew ready.
Now it's up to that to save them.
We're losing a capture point.
One good shot there. There we go, Panzer IV down.
Tail promotion.
Panzer IV command tank is in trouble.
Incoming.
Stu getting a penetration.
Forming one of our emplacements.
He's going for the command tank instead. No penetration. Oh my god, this is really tight. Oh my god!
Combat unit ready for action.
Jumbo's in trouble now. Got out the command tank.
Ship fire. A capture point is being
Took out the main gun of the Stuk.
enemy infantry.
But there's an anti-tank rifle in the rear.
One of our fighting positions is sustaining fire.
But the Jumbo's still alive.
Our supply line just got cut off.
He still needs to take out that Panzer II though. There goes. Americans are still in this. The Americans are still in this.
The
But
enemy
that
is
Jumbo's gonna need
overrunning our
repairs.
capture points.
ASAP.
Ready,
And the German command teams are running away. Did not expect a counterattack from a heroic Jumbo. Oh my god, that is quite a change. I hopefully now I hope I am recording. Yes, I am. Good. It would have been a shame to miss this because this is quite
Rear
intense.
echelon troops on the front line.
Even gunning down the running pioneer. Oh my god. Both Titans is going to try and come up though.
The sector has been cut off.
Rain on their captain. They're going to try and Panzerfaust the Jumbo, I think. But they're getting mowed down. Definitely not worth the attempt.
Infantry squad has been killed.
Repair station going after the American tanks. Not a bad call. Looks like the repair team wants to repair the buildings first? Okay, that's... I didn't know that they would do that. Okay. I don't know the American repair stations repair buildings. Wonder if it'll repair the base as well then if you place it close enough. Oh my god, they will. Not sure what he's repairing here, but... Okay. And now he's going for the tank. Very weird. Well, the Americans have to... Oh my god, the Germans getting a Tiger. Against some normal Grenadiers and a Tiger.
We are losing a sector.
So now the Germans are just wanting to end this, I imagine. They're a little bit tired of having the Americans fight stubbornly like this.
The new Grenadier squad is ready.
So Grenadiers are arriving first. Can be equipped with a scope Sturmgewehr with an infrared scope, which is unique to Panzer Division. Commander teams are still moving up just to scout ahead, which did not really reveal much apart from the Jumbo being repaired. That Tiger's gonna have its have its work cut out for it. Yeah, Ashton securing the north there. Grenadiers are moving northwards with their infrared Sturmgewehr soon.
Is attempting to steal our sector.
Another Panzer II Luke's coming out. If this pack is gonna do much. There it goes.
The enemy has destroyed an anti-tank gun.
Destroying the Pack 2 to deny to the Germans. But here is the Tiger tank. I think the Jumbo is gonna have a little bit of a hard time here, but I'm not sure. Because the Jumbo does have more armor, but I think the Tiger overall just has a better gun. I think these command teams could probably have been withdrawn. It looks like the Rangers just gonna cut them down here. Tiger's gonna reveal itself. Yeah, already getting a penetration. The armor doesn't really matter in this kind of engagement because the Tiger just has the better gun. But Bazooka might go in. Didn't penetrate. And all the German officers up there are down. It's a hard one to move up on. That's 3 machine guns. The Jumbo is being repaired. And the Americans are slowly encircling on the southern flank. But the Panzer II, oh, it threatened the northern front, but there was a bazooka to stop him from the Rangers. So many Panzer IIs have been lost here. How many Panzer IIs do they still have in reserve, I wonder? That tank is not easy to come by this time in the war, I think.
Send your orders.
Tiger pushing up again. Lots of... Oh, bazooka shot hit the driver. Oh, and the Jumbo's going in for the kill. Vision block damage on the Jumbo, though. Oh, the 3-inch gets the Tiger.
God damn it! Someone get us out of here!
Not looking good here for the Germans.
How can we help?
Grenadiers are pushing up here now with this infrared Sturmgewehr. Trying to scavenge the Tiger wreck. Gonna be a hard one under fire though. But they will need to do it to get all the resources they can. Yeah, 50 fuel, that's not bad. That's a pretty good income from scavenging a Tiger wreck. But it's gonna take a while until he can get on a Tiger. If he wants to go for a Tiger, that is.
Armor here.
Going for a pack. Looks like the Americans are just slowly getting more and more terrain, even calling in a vertical. Like it's still cutting down a lot of stuff in the center though that tries to get around.
The enemy is attacking one of our forward buildings.
Artillery called in. Looks like it's the 106.7. That should be enough to deal with that.
We are losing a sector.
Grenadiers are pushing up here. Now with the infrared Sturmgewehr, I think they actually do a lot of damage. It's effective at long range. It is only 1 Sturmgewehr though, compared to 2, like you would normally get. But the flag is finally gone. So the Germans are definitely suffering at this point.
Specially outfitted Panzer IV command tanks are now available.
Germans are able to get up here though. That's impressive. But Germans just barely have any units. Is he really going for another Tiger? It feels like it because the Tiger only costs 210 fuel. He just needs the manpower.
Enemy is taking our territory.
Yeah, the half-tank is going to be in trouble here against this Pack 40. Oh, it looks like he got out of there. Infrared Sturmgewehr is getting some good shots on the flank here. The Jumbo is preparing to flank, is to move up. Grenade. Only killing one of them though. Jumbo is ready to 4. Oh, because it helped fight a Tiger. Another Tiger is indeed coming out.
We got a new unit ready and on the field.
And those Pioneers are definitely not going to get out of there.
A capture point is under attack.
Yeah, that's not looking good for the Grenadiers. He might have overextended them here. Yeah, he's only down to a pack. The Germans have lost practically all their infantry. Actually, they have lost all their infantry. Now the Americans have the upper hand entirely at this point. They just need to push up on the German base. Even the lieutenant is being very aggressive. They need to take out those German base defenses though. Pulling in some artillery there. Now the Americans have the troops to push up. They just need to do it. Because the Germans don't have a lot left to stop them. They only really have this Tiger and that pack.
The enemy is attempting to steal
And
our
that Tiger
sector.
is gonna definitely need to be a miracle worker in order to do anything at this point. Used to be like an ace they brought in from the Eastern Front to deal with this American bush. More Großdeutsch and the division troops are being pulled out though. To try and support the Tiger, I imagine. They are Panzergrenadiers, so they work very well alongside the tank. But the Tiger's almost in the field soon. We'll attempt that from the pack. I think he knows where the Jumbo is.
Panzer Grenadiers standing by.
Well, here comes the Panzergrenadiers. Oh, he's just targeting random areas. Okay. Okay, second Tiger coming out here. Panzergrenadiers already on the field now to support it. But they might be heading southwards, actually.
Enemy forces are securing
15's being called in. Half Tiger's gonna stop down these Großdeutsch stand. They're running out in the open here. That's wasteful of such a good infantry. That's a waste. Tiger's now revealed itself to the Americans, but as Ranger, I think he knew, because you get radio intercept as Ranger. So you get an idea of what the Germans are getting. This Tiger really has to work overtime now. 15's coming up here. Being out with Sturmgewiss. Bazooka didn't fire. Jumbo's revealing itself. No penetration.
Send over.
Oh, Realism being hit by the base defenses there. Ranger Recon team coming up here. Using a flare. Well, I'll give the Americans some sight on what's going on here. Yep, you can see it right there. So if we turn off Fog of War, or turn on, the Americans can see all this thanks to the flare. It's a pretty handy thing. More mortars being called in. That's in a very bad position too for the Germans. That's their pack. The Panzergrenadiers have to move it over here.
We have lost a pack gun.
Unless it only works if there's line of sight. It might only be one of those fire for effect where it only lands if you can actually see the target. But the German tanks are heading southwards. Second Jumbo being prepared.
Awaiting orders. Our HQ is under attack. How can we help?
This Tiger and Panzer IV command tank is going to definitely have to be very, very cautious. Americans are setting up with their ambushes here with bazookas. Because Ranger can actually use a bazooka like a Panzerfaust, but a lot of people say it's a little bit of a broken ability, and I can kind of see why, in all honesty. Because it just fires very quickly.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
So I can kind of see why the complaints is, oh, good shot from the Jumbo!
Ready.
That Jumbo is really doing a very good job here for the Americans. Good shot on the freaking Tiger as well! We kind of providing sight for the Jumbo, basically. Oh, the Tiger's backed up into a corner.
Awaiting orders. Armor here. The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Here comes the bazooka ability. Oh, it didn't actually fire.
Germans are making a push. Defensive action.
And Ranger Recon might go down here. Oh, good artillery on the jumbo there, but it's still alive.
Infantry unit being wiped out.
Germans are still holding on. But with the second jumbo, this might not be tenable for the Germans for much longer. Now there's little hit to stop this Panzer IV, but a jumbo is flanking. And there it goes.
We are losing a sector.
This Tiger is definitely not in the best position at the moment. Its gunner is injured. No penetration. And with the gunner injured, it's gonna take quite a time between the shots. The Tiger is definitely not doing too well. But he is keeping at range where he should have the advantage simply due to his better gun. Oh yeah, good penetration right there. No penetration on the heat shot going into the smoke. So the Americans are still present. But Tiger survived the engagement. And the more veteran the Tiger becomes, the more scary it becomes. If he can somehow get this thing to veteran C3 or veteran C4, this thing will be absolutely ridiculous to deal with at long range. But here comes the veteran Jumbo. The veteran Jumbo crew might actually be a good enough threat against the Tiger. And he is indeed moving up. Half track down to the Lukes.
Light vehicle just got destroyed.
Tiger moving.
Tiger tank.
No penetration. Penetration on the Tiger. Oh, the heavy armor on the Jumbo is just paying off. There goes! Tiger decrewed.
Our Panzer forces have been reduced by one.
He could actually recruit this with his command team. Because it still has a gun. Yeah, indeed he does. There we go, took down one. But there it goes.
The enemy has destroyed a Panzer.
Oh my, this was quite a match, I'll say, but I don't think the Germans can make a comeback like the Americans did.
He has destroyed an anti-tank gun.
Yeah, now the Americans is gonna go in for the kill. Stuka going out.
New unit ready and on the field.
Oh, the Stuka actually didn't drop his bomb.
Armor ready.
And there we go.
Armor here.
Oh, Kiam calls it GG, not the Germans, okay. I guess he realizes the Germans can't do anything, but it's a little bit rude to call the GG until your opponent has actually recognized it, I think. I'm not sure on that though, but it's just, I think, ethics about it. At least my view on it. Looks like the Germans just... there we go. Yeah, it's over. I hope you all enjoyed this one. This battle in the fields of Langres. And I'll see you on the next one, everyone. Bye-bye.